Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be slightly different than the usual mid-monthly reading. And I'll explain why and how I'm going to do that. So first of all, I'd like to again apologize for not posting the general readings for the month of June and for not posting any videos over the past couple of weeks. I've been dealing with some personal issues, so instead of trying to go back and do that now, and we're at the middle of the month, I've decided to go ahead with the mid-monthly readings, but instead of just doing the love and romance and career and finance portion of the reading, I'm adding in additional cards for sort of a general overview for the remaining part of the month. So that's what you see here. So I'll be using for the general reading for the last 2 weeks of June, I'll be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. I'm knocking stuff over here. Okay, and that's by Jennifer Galasso. And I will be pulling an oracle card to go along with that from the Sacred Traveler Oracle Card deck by Denise, Linn. For the love and romance portion of the reading, I will be using these oracle cards. I've used them before, not in a while. I haven't used them in a while actually, but I was led to use them for the mid-monthly. So the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid. And I will pull an additional oracle card for the love and romance reading from James Van Praag's The Power of Love activation cards. And looking at career and finance, I'll be using the Chrysalis Tarot. Okay, and this is Paintings by Holly Sierra and written by Tony Brooks. And as additional guidance for the career and finance, I will be pulling a Life Purpose Oracle card by Doreen Virtue. Okay, again, as I like to remind you, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can contact me using the INSTANTGO app. Just download the app and search for me. On the app, I'm Changing Phases Tarot. I've put the information about the INSTANTGO app in the information box below. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com or take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find the types of readings that I offer as well as pricing. And just, like I usually try to do in these, I don't always remember, but I try to just, thank everybody. I really do appreciate all of my viewers, everybody who takes the time to watch my videos, especially, to like, to comment. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So I will stop for now, and we'll see each of the signs in 1 second for your reading. Hi Taurus, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your mid-monthly reading for June 2018. As you can see, I have already laid the spreads to try to save a little bit of time here. And we will begin with the general reading for this last part of the month. So you have in the past position, Major Arcana number 18, the Moon. In the present, the Ace of Cups. And the outbound energy, the King of Pentacles. And the card at the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month, Major Arcana number 9, the Hermit. And your oracle card from the Sacred Traveler deck is Reaching Your Destination. Your light is shining brightly. All right, so starting off with the Moon card. And actually, the Moon and the Ace of Cups, these two cards keep coming out in a lot of the readings. So I would suggest that besides watching your sun sign video, obviously you are, Taurus sun sign, then, take a look at your moon sign and your rising sign as well. There might be additional messages. If some of these messages do not resonate, then maybe, your sun sign or I'm sorry, your moon sign or rising sign videos might have, messages that might resonate more this month. Okay, so the moon in the past position, there might have been in the recent past something that that came to light, something that you discovered, a secret that was revealed. The moon, even though the moon sheds its light, right, it does have light that it shines down, it also casts shadows. So that's why, the moon, a lot of times we associate it with sort of the shadow side of ourselves, the subconscious. It has to do with fears, facing our fears, and also uncovering truths, uncovering secrets. Obviously, with the moon, it's also linked to, the subconscious, the dream world as well. So, dreams might be important or may have been important in the recent past. There might have been some messages coming through in your dreams, or, you might have discovered something quite significant in the recent past, a truth revealed to you, which is, in the present, it's brought you to this Ace of Cups. So could have, could in some way be related to this Ace of Cups. The, aces in the tarot, they are new beginnings. They're these beautiful, new offerings that the universe is extending to you. And cups, the suit of cups, it has to do with emotions and feelings. It's our relationships. It also has to do with psychic abilities, intuition. So again, there might be, or your intuition, your psychic abilities might, in the recent past, or even, now when you're listening to this in the present, they might be, extra, you might be receiving sort of extra messages, or it really might be, guiding you in some way with, either figuring something out, finding something out, or, something to do with this new offering. The Ace of Cups, it can be, in a love reading, this can be a new offering of love. This can be the beginning of a new relationship. It can be, announcement of a pregnancy, announcement of a birth. It can have to do with engagement, marriage, and if this isn't in relationships, if this is a different area of your life, then the Ace of Cups can be, a new offering. It could be a new creative project or a new job offering. This is going to bring you a great deal of joy, a great deal of fulfillment and happiness. The moon can also, going back here, it can also have to do with, needing to face our past fears in order to continue on with our journey. So in order to, accept and pick up this cup and go with this new opportunity here, there might be something that you're being asked to face, possibly a fear that you need to face, or something from our past that you need to face. And then as you leave the month, you have this King of Pentacles. So, this is you very much in your element here. Obviously, you are an earth sign, Taurus. So this could be you just taking on, this energy of the King of Pentacles. It could be another person as well. We know that when there are court cards in a reading, it can be somebody else, another person who's playing a significant role in our lives over the next couple of weeks. If so, then generally this would be an older earth sign individual, so either Taurus, like yourself, or Virgo, Capricorn, male or female. Even though he appears here as the king, in these general readings, they're not gender specific, but usually an older individual, because the kings and queens in the tarot, they have really mastered their particular suit, so this is somebody who has mastered the suit of Pentacles, and the suit of Pentacles deals with, the tangible things that we can, really touch and feel, and it's tangible success, or it's something tangible here in the material realm, such as, our jobs, money that we earn, our homes, material possessions, financial stability, prosperity, knowledge, education. And this is, this King of Pentacles, he's really, like, he knows how to make money. He knows how to manage his money. This could, sometimes he is sort of a financial advisor. He's somebody who's very good at managing and holding on to and making money, right? He's also very reliable. He's a very practical individual. You can definitely depend on him. If this is you, then this, possibly this new, whatever this new beginning is with the Ace of Cups, it's, you know, it's bringing you to this sort of King of Pentacles energy, which is, you know, financial stability and sort of abundance and feeling very prosperous. And you know, here you're really not wanting for anything as far as finances go. Or if this is in your career, this is you just, you know, feeling very, very good. You know, things are going well in your career. You're very enterprising here. You know, things are progressing. And we have the Hermit as the overall energy. So another major arcana card. You have two major arcanas in your reading, right? The Moon and the Hermit. And the Hermit card it's a card of withdrawing. It's a card of going inwards, of sort of retreating from the world, trying to gain a greater perspective on something. If this is you, you know, deliberating on this Ace of Cups here, should you move forward? What should you do? Is the overall energy. The Hermit is really talking about, you know, putting things on hold, possibly projects on hold, reevaluating your goals, reevaluating possibly this offer, where you're going from here, and trying to gain a greater understanding, you know, of what this new offer is. Is this going to take you where you want to go? Is this what you really, you know, I mean, with the Ace of Cups, usually it's a very positive, something that you're very excited about. So, you know, is this really what you want for yourself? And it does seem as though, yes, it is, you know, but it's going inwards and reflecting on that here and following the light once again, you know, this light that the Hermit is following, you know, and sort of following your own light, which is what? It's your, that gut feeling, that intuition, trusting in that, you know, to listen to that as you progress forward. And then you have another reference to light here with the light shining brightly and the Sacred Traveler card. Let me find the guidebook. I like to read the full meaning for the Oracle cards. And it says, here we go. All your hard work and effort is paying off. Glory, triumph, and success are yours. If you've given your power away, now is the time to reclaim it. It's time to stand in your own light. A destination is less of a place, but more of a new way of seeing the world. Your dreams are moving to fruition. If you have any incomplete projects or unresolved relationships, this is the time to complete them. This is an important part of reaching your destination. Take time to celebrate and acknowledge your successes in life. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know, the voyage was long, but there were many adventures along the way. But as your trek reaches the destination, there's a feeling of joy and celebration. It's important to stop and rest and congratulate yourself for who you are and for what you have done. The traveler forgives those who, on the voyage, were less than honorable. Release any feelings of resentment, fear, and sadness that you may have gathered along the road. You've reached your goal. Let everything else go. You are a majestic being who can bring light into the hearts of others. Celebrate and honor yourself. You are so worth it. And I think that, well, I'll get to the career and finance after. So I was going to say that for a number of the readings, it seems as though sort of the general reading is really, there's a lot of repeat messages, or it ties in well with the career and finance portion of the reading. So very much kind of connected, but we'll get to that in a second. All right, so let's move on. Moving on to your love and relationships. So we have, and I'm using the wisdom of the Oracle for the love and relationship portion this month, and I've really been enjoying the messages that have been coming through with these cards. So we have in the past position, card number 14, Truth Be Told, followed by, in the present, number 6, Not For You. The outbound energy is card number 2, Yin. And the card from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for love and relationships for the last 2 weeks, card number 24, Time for a Nap. And the oracle card that came out for you is Elevation. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. Nice. Okay. So let's get we'll go through the main reading first. So beginning with the card number 14, the truth be told. As you might imagine, we have a mask on here. You see there's a mask that the owl is standing on. So, the card does have to do with being authentic, being true to yourself. It also has to do with listening to other people, right? And take them at sort of face value. Take them at like what are their words, or do their words correlate with their actions? Some people might talk a good game. They might be able to talk their way through something, but then do their actions go along with that? Are the words coming out of their mouth sort of all very nice and sweet, and sort of everything that you want to hear, but then in their actions, they're not very nice to other people, they're rude to people, is that sort of thing. So it's about sort of taking things or at face value, listening, right, to the other person, but it's also about you speaking clearly, right, with the truth being told. It also has to do with you speaking, your mind, you being very open, you having, honest, open, heartfelt conversation with other people. Obviously everybody has, with this word truth, everybody has their own truth, which is based on their past experiences, based on their personality. So, it's about speaking your truth, right? Being honest, being true to yourself, speaking your truth with another person, and also, listening to the other person. And if you listen, you can very easily, very quickly, figure out what that other person is like. Again, sort of, do their words match their actions? And somebody, is somebody wearing a false mask in the relationship? Is somebody coming across or trying to portray themselves in a certain way just to, to kind of shower you with all these kind words, and they're saying the right thing to you, but deep down, they're quite different than that. So it's, I take it more as sort of a caution, like telling you to be open, but also there's a cautionary message coming through with this truth be told. Now, that brings you to this not for you in the present position. And, like you might imagine, this card does speak of, if the relationship somehow ended, if you were in a relationship, it came to an end, it's because there was a reason for that ending, right? And the universe at times sort of steps in and kind of, even though we might not understand why at the time, there's a reason for, if things don't work out, maybe you really like the person initially, maybe they were saying the right types of thing to you, they came across as a very nice person, but there might have been something that you weren't seeing, right? There might have been, and so it was for your own good that things didn't work out. So, sometimes this rejection is sort of the universe protecting you from something. So yeah, it's protection, the universe stepping in and moving you along. You see, like you have this chessboard here, sort of moving the pieces, moving things around. You might not understand, all of the strategies and the moves here, but there's a reason. There's a reason for this, and for whatever reason, that person, was not supposed to be in your life. The relationship was not supposed to work out, but it was for your protection. And then with the yin card is the outbound energy. This card is, it's the feminine. So it's the feminine. We have the yin and yang. So this is the feminine principle. So it has to do with receptivity. You can see that there's a cup here on the card, right? It's this sort of open vessel, which speaks to, the need to, if you're trying to work on your, the feminine side, or work on your feminine energy, or, it has to do with being more open, being more receptive, You know, if somebody comes to you, be open to what that person has to say. Listen, you know. Yeah, listening. We have the listen back here. So, you know, being open to listen, being open to, if this is, you know, a new relationship coming in, being open to listening to this new person, giving that new relationship a chance. So it has to do with, you know, being receptive as opposed to acting. It's about allowing, you know, allowing the other person to kind of take the lead right now. It's you sort of, you know, stepping back, being open, but not being the, you know, the active energy, not taking on the yin, the yang energy here. It's working on the feminine principle. And then with the time for a nap card is the overall energy for the last 2 weeks. You know, this card really makes me think of the Hermit, right? The Hermit over here is the overall energy. It does have to do with retreat, withdraw, right? So we had that in the previous reading. Here, it's a time for non-action. It's a time for rest, for renewal, for allowing things to kind of, you know, here we have the moon, right? And what happens usually when the moon is out, we tend to go to sleep. Sometimes we might dream. So it's allowing those dreams to come in, you know, into our minds. It's for allowing the allowing things to happen again. We have that with the yin, and then this, it's about non-action. It's a time, now is not the time to make plans, you know, talking about relationships here. Now is not the time to, you know, push ahead. I mean, there are different times in our lives, in relationships, where, you know, it's where we need to take the, you know, the lead or take the reins and move forward and act on something. But here it's saying that, you know, you just need to sort of just be for right now, right? Just take this time out, take this time for yourself, you know, spend time alone, do things that you enjoy doing. If you are with another person right now, then just sort of allow things to kind of flow. If you've recently met that person, allow things to flow, allow things to kind of just to happen, to take place by themselves. You know, don't force anything right now. It's really about resting, allowing things to flow, being open, being receptive. Yeah, and being in the moment as well. All right, let's take a look at this, this Power of Love Oracle card. Let me find it here in the guidebook. And it says, this is elevation. It says, in order to live a fulfilled life of complete happiness and enjoyment, you must first become mindful of how you perceive the world and your place in it. What you think has a tremendous influence on how your soul will experience life and its many diverse situations. As magnetic beings, our souls work perfectly within the law of attraction and draw to us exactly what we create with our thoughts. In order to elevate your soul, your mindset may need to be spiritually altered. Love is the greatest healing energy source there is, and by using it properly, you can instantly change your life and your circumstances. Begin by setting the intention of raising your consciousness. Second, be mindful of the tone of your thoughts. Then, finally, let go and let the universe do its part. Commune with nature, take a walk through a forest, dance in the ocean waves, or go out and garden. Through these activities, your mind is brought into an awareness of the oneness of the world. Assess the people in your life. Are they elevating or draining your energy? Become aware of your purpose in life and live it one day at a time. Elevate someone else's life with joy, for it is in giving that you receive. Forgive others and clear that energy, transforming it to pure love, knowing that you cannot force anyone to be something they are not. Above all, have fun and delight in your journey. And I think this does it ties in with the rest of the reading here, with this not for you, not trying to force force something. If things aren't working out with the other person, if that relationship just, as much as you've tried, it's like, it just doesn't things don't progress, things aren't progressing with that person. There's a reason. Don't try to force it. Be present, be in the flow, right? And be receptive, be open. and possibly take this time out for yourself. Maybe this time out is what is needed, right, to kind of prepare you for if there's a new relationship coming in for you. All right, interesting. Let's keep moving here. We have the career and finance portion of your reading. Let me lower my camera just a little. There we go. All right, in the past position, 8 of Stones. This would be the 8 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. Followed by, in the present, the 4 of Spirals. This would be the 4 of Wands. The outbound energy for the month, we have the Knight of Scrolls. Okay, this would be the Knight of Swords. And in this deck, he's called the Visionary. And the overall energy for career and finance for the last 2 weeks, we have 7 of Stones. This would be the 7 of Pentacles. And the Life Purpose Oracle card is Crystals. Your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. Such a pretty card. All right, so beginning with, so you have, let me see here, 2 Pentacles, 1 Wands, 1 Swords, no cups, right? But, you know, sort of thinking, and then the tangible, you know, the tangible energy of the Pentacles, and then the practical, the day-to-day energy of the Wands going on. So let's see. With the 8 of Stones, in a lot of decks, this card is known as the Apprentice card, right? Because it has to do with working very hard, being very diligent, you know, learning all there is to know about the job that you do. Sometimes the card appears when there's a need for additional, you know, education. So this might be sort of on-the-job training or going back to, you know, to get some type of certification. Possibly there's, you know, a need to go back to school. This could be just, you know, taking an extra course. It could actually be, you know, like going to college, university. But it has to do with trying to perfect your craft, right? Be the best that you can with whatever it is that you do, right? Whatever your job is, whatever your career is. It does sit in the past position here. So for some of you, you know, this is in the recent past. You might have started this new course, or this is just you working very hard to learn everything that there is to learn about, you know, the job that you're performing. It also, you know, the Suit of Pentacles has to do with our jobs. It has to do with the money that we earn from the work that we do. It has to do with the tangible things, sort of tangible, you know, financial prosperity, our homes, knowledge, education. So there could be, you know, a change, possibly a change in your career since you have been perfecting, right, what it is that you do. This could be, you know, in the form of a promotion, moving up in the company. There could be some type of, there could be a new project that you've, you know, been working hard on and you've completed it now. This could be you thinking about or considering, you know, your next move, considering sort of transitioning out of the job that you're doing into a new job. You know, but it's hard-working energy. It's very, you know, you're being very diligent, working hard, and just really trying to, you know, to do the best that you can at what it is that you do. In the present, you have the 4 of Spirals, which is, you know, like I said, the 4 of Wands. And the Suit of Wands deals with the day-to-day matters in life. It has to do, again, with our, with the work that we do. It also is, it has to do with creativity, creative projects, our own determination and drive and ambition and passion for the things that we do. And 4s in the tarot are, they're stable energy, right? It has to do with stability. The 4 of Spirals or 4 of Wands is is usually the card of, the happy home or the home and marriage. It can be a wedding, but it's very stable. And we actually see this cute little house on here, right? So there could be maybe, because of all the hard work that you've been putting in, you've been able to, work more hours, pick up more shifts, make more money, which, has allowed you to focus on either changing home or buying a home, possibly. This could be you, just focused on the home and your family here with this Four of Spirals. It could be you doing things around the home, so it's sort of, I think we're past the spring cleaning phase, but, maybe clearing out the yard, doing that sort of spring cleanup on your yard, just working to make the house, look as nice as it can. It's also about, feeling good about what you've achieved, right? With this Four of Spirals, since it is such a stable, energy, it's feeling good about, all the hard work that you have been putting in, and just, feeling good about what you've achieved so far. And kind of, relaxing a little bit and enjoying, if this is you staying at home, just enjoying that time at home, enjoying the time with your family. And as you head towards the end of the month with this Knight of Scrolls, the suit of Scrolls, or, the suit is the suit of air. So air energy has to do with our thoughts. It's our thoughts. It's cerebral energy. It's the suit of the mind. It's where we come up with our ideas, where we set our intentions. Now, usually with the visionary, this card, I'm sorry, my phone's ringing. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I thought I had it on silent. Usually the Knight of Swords, he brings in news, but he also acts on something, right? The Knights in the Tarot, they generally, they can bring messages, right? They are messengers, but they act on things as well. And he's a very fast-paced energy, since it's the suit of air and of the mind, it's quick energy. So he usually comes in quite quickly. He, usually with his sword drawn and ready for action, even though there really isn't, a battle going on or any real need for him to have his sword drawn, he's always ready, he's that ready for action type of person. So this could be, if it's an actual individual who's coming in towards the end of the month that might be playing a significant role in your life, then typically this would be more of a middle-aged air sign individual, male or female, right? Not gender specific in these general readings. So Aquarius or Libra or Gemini. If this isn't a person, then, I tend to view the Knights more as events, things happening, situations. Then this could be, just something happening very quickly, could be, or a need to act very quickly. In this particular deck, he's a little different, right? This deck does have slightly different interpretations of some of the cards, especially with the court cards. They give them different names and, different meanings. And let me hold him up again. You can see that he's called the Visionary, right? And in this deck, he's actually, he's a mystic. He's the mystic of the Tarot, right? Or of the court cards. And he's a healer and he's a traveler. And so he's, he's very much about, helping you kind of go beyond, right? Helping you find new horizons, helping you with new beginnings, bringing about new beginnings, new paths, helping you to progress. And then with the Seven of Stones as the overall energy, it's more Pentacles, so more earth energy. And the Seven of Pentacles, usually it has to do with reaching a milestone or a goal, which again, I was just going back to this Four of Spirals. The Four of Spirals can also be, reaching a milestone in the sense of, within a relationship, if you reach a milestone, then it's taking it from one level to the next. So if you've been dating, it's moving in together. If you've been living together, it's, getting engaged. If you've been engaged, it's getting married, you know, so it's reaching a particular milestone. And the Seven of Stones or Pentacles, it also has to do with milestones. So, you know, and you see here that she's kind of sitting there, she's reflecting on, you know, what she has achieved so far. So usually it's a milestone that you're assessing, you know, what you have achieved, and you actually have this 8 and the 7 of Stones, right? So you're thinking about what you've achieved so far. You know, are you kind of getting back what you wanted? Do you need to change anything? You know, if you continue doing the same thing and going down the same path, are you going to get the end result that you really want? Is there anything that you need to change or tweak in order to get that, you know, that end result? So it's about feeling good, you know, feeling good about the efforts that you've put in so far, feeling good about what you've achieved so far. But it's also about, you know, keeping your eye on the prize and knowing that you need to, you know, keep working hard in order to achieve what the ultimate, you know, the end goal is, whatever that end goal is for you. In this particular deck, again, with the slightly different meaning, the Seven of Stones is it's attached to the keyword regret. But the regret here is about, you know, sort of looking back and thinking, you know, oh, well, what if I had, you know, gone a different way? Or what if I missed out on whatever opportunity that was, and that might have brought me this, that, the other. It's about, you know, leaving that regret in the past, or in this case, you know, in the water. Look, there's this river behind her. So toss it into the water and get on with life, you know, keep moving, keep going, go forward, you know, don't look back. So if there was something, and if we look back here, this 8 of Stones in the past, it's kind of like you had, you know, one more stone than you do right now. So if there has been some type of loss, possibly for some of you, you know, it's about the vision. It's about keeping your focus on the future. It's about, you know, it's about the milestones that you've reached, feeling good about what you have achieved. You know, if there have been some hiccups in the past or obstacles that you've faced, leave them in the past. You know, you're not going back there anymore. And focus on the forward motion. Focus on moving forward. Now let's take a look at your life purpose card. So we have crystals. Let me find it. Hold on a second. Crystals. Here we go. It says, this card is a signal for you to delve more deeply into your understanding of crystals and gemstones, as they are calling you to work with them as part of your life purpose. These objects amplify and direct the divine healing energy to people, animals, and the environment. Each one has a life force to which you've often connected. Now it is time to research this connection through classes, books, and intuitively communicating with crystals. There's a reason why crystals are used in watches, computers, and medical devices, namely their power to magnify energy and light in directed ways. Similarly, you can use them for healing purposes to amplify your natural abilities. Your work may combine crystals with massage, energy healing, arts and crafts, or other endeavors. Regardless of what you do, be sure to include these powerful objects. If you're new to working with stones, paying a visit to a gem shop, is a good starting place. Walk through with an open mind and heart and notice which crystals attract you. Then read up on the healing properties of the ones that call to you. You'll find that they provide exactly the energy needed at that time. Trust that this law of attraction process will also work through you to help your clients. Interesting. And you do have, it was talking about stones here. New to working with stones. You do have the 2 stones in your reading. So it might be a good time, if you don't already own crystals, it might be a good time to pay a visit to a shop where you can sort of walk through and feel the energy of the crystals and pick out the ones that, that kind of speak to you. I have I have my crystals here, and it's amazing, you know, the energy that they do put out, and you know, and also I find them very grounding. For example, you know, this one I hold it in my hand, and it's a grounding energy, you know, and it just helps me focus. And so, you know, that might be, for some of you, this might be a good time to take a look at that. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.